Please welcome Christian Meunier.
Merci d'accueillir Christian Meunier.
Hello everyone. Bonjour à tous sur notre stand du Mondial de l'automobile. Back to English. It's great to be back here at the Paris Motor Show, and this time to be back within the Stellantis family. First, I'd like to welcome the Stellantis chairman, John Elkann, and our CEO, Mr. Carlos Tavares. And I would also like to greet the Stellantis top management team present today. And finally, a very special welcome to the Jeep community around the world who are following our press conference on YouTube. This is a very special moment for the Jeep brand. Born more than 80 years ago, Jeep stands for freedom, adventure, authenticity, and passion. These are universal values that define the most capable production SUVs in the world. These are also the values that continue to guide our path towards the future. They are shared by more than 1,000 Jeep clubs around the world, with over 1.5 million members who can celebrate the freedom to explore and enjoy the gifts of nature and the outdoor. The Jeep brand vision is also treasured by 26 million passionate followers who are part of our virtual and social media community in more than 100 countries. And fueled by this vision, the Jeep brand's presence around the globe continues to grow each day. Just over a decade ago, we had only 4 plants in one country, the United States. Today, we produce in 11 plants in 6 countries and have a perfect coverage of the SUV market. As a result of this industrial and product globalization, in over 10 years, the Jeep global sales have multiplied by 4, reaching over 1.2 million units a year, and today this momentum continues. As an example, this year, the iconic Jeep Grand Cherokee achieved its best first-half results in over a decade. And thanks to the scale of Stellantis, its engineering and software development resources were accelerating a profound transformation, future-proofing our brand. Electrification is a big opportunity for Jeep. Our exclusive 4xe technology utilizes electrification in a way that reinforces our legendary off-road capability and our unique Jeep DNA. It offers our customers more capability with improved torque on demand, more fun with strong acceleration, and more freedom outdoors in almost absolute silence. This is why we say 4xe is the new 4x4. And 4xe is already a success, a formula for success. The Jeep Wrangler is the #1 plug-in hybrid in America. And here in Europe, Jeep is the #1 low-emission electric vehicle brand in Italy, our largest market in the region. And more than 50% of our sales in Europe are now 4xe. Our success in electrification is bringing a big boost to the global momentum of the Jeep brand. As a key reference, our current market share within the SUV segment is 11% in the United States, 20% in Brazil, and close to 10% in Italy, our strongest market in Europe. And the success of the Jeep brand in Italy serves as a source of inspiration and fuels our ambitions in other key markets in Europe, including France. So now I have a very special message for a country close to my heart, so I will say a few words in French. La France, c'est un marché qui me tient à cœur et où Jeep a un énorme potentiel. La marque Jeep est forte. Elle est reconnue depuis longtemps dans l'esprit des Français, associée à nos valeurs de liberté et d'aventure. De plus, la France a été le premier pays d'Europe à supprimer les motorisations essence et diesel et à mettre en œuvre la stratégie d'une gamme 100% électrifiée depuis juin cette année. Avec la puissance de la marque Jeep, un portefeuille 100% électrifié, une stratégie axée sur l'éco-responsabilité et maintenant la Jeep Avenger zéro émission, nous avons tout pour accélérer notre belle histoire en France. Le potentiel de croissance est grand en France et en Europe. Back to English now. In a few months, we'll introduce our Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe in Europe. And during our 4xe day last month, we gave a glimpse of what the future of the Jeep lineup will look like in 2 years. On the premium side of the SUV market, we revealed an all-new, all-electric version of the Wagoneer S. This is a sleek, fully electric global SUV targeting an estimated range of over 600 kilometers and 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in around 3.5 seconds. It will expand the reach of the Jeep brand in global markets, including Europe, targeting customers who are looking for sleek design, refinement, all-wheel drive, and technology, all this packed into a premium zero-emission SUV. On the rugged side of the Jeep brand, there is the 100% Jeep, 100% electric Jeep Recon. Inspired by the Wrangler, the Jeep Recon offers a true open-air experience, classic Jeep design, and cutting-edge 4x4 technology. Also, both are coming to Europe in 2025. By 2025, we'll have 4 zero-emission vehicles in Europe. And by 2030, 100% of Jeep brand sales in Europe are expected to be fully electric, supporting the Stellantis carbon net zero targets. Let's now focus on the first all-electric Jeep ever, the whole new Jeep Avenger. It will launch here in Europe early next year. Built in Europe, the new Jeep Avenger is a compact embodiment of freedom. And first and foremost, this B SUV has been designed and built as a Jeep vehicle from day one. And it will be the most capable SUV in its segment. The Jeep Avenger offers best-in-class ground clearance, breakover, approach, and departure angles in its category. When you couple this with features such as select terrain and hill descent control, we're bringing best-in-class capability into the B SUV segment for inclement weather and challenging terrain conditions. Secondly, the all-electric Jeep Avenger is targeting a stress-free range of up to 400 kilometers and 550 kilometers in city driving. With fast charging capability, you'll only need 3 minutes to get your daily dose of energy up to 30 kilometers. There's also a fully digital and connected onboard experience. And the Jeep Avenger has automated driving capability and the latest safety technology too. Third, the new Jeep Avenger will offer flexibility and space for people and gear. And there will be multiple opportunities for customization, with over 100 accessories to make the Jeep Avenger your very own. Some are shown on the model on my right. This Jeep Avenger is an antidote for boredom. It's emotional, it's fun, it's trendy, and it stands out from the crowd. And the Jeep Avenger will also offer great value with government incentives. In major European markets, we're targeting a starting price below 30,000 euro. It will be appealing to a new buyer looking for a zero-emission Jeep, a great alternative with a lot of fun to the current players. Our customers will enjoy having the choice between navigating through the city or escaping from some outdoor adventures. And the best part is that pre-booking for the new Avenger starts now. As I said before, the Jeep Avenger was designed as a concentrate of freedom, a true Jeep from the very beginning. And this front-wheel drive, all-electric models offer some serious capability. But we couldn't help it. What would happen if we injected the Jeep brand's four-wheel drive electrified capability into this compact package? Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Jeep Avenger 4xe concept. Very cool, isn't it? Very cool. Has really an imposing stance. Higher ground clearance, tow hooks in the front, wider fender flares, and more aggressive tires. This Jeep Avenger 4xe concept showcases the art of the possible for capability, coolness, and personalization in a concentrated package. So in summary, with 4xe, we have already put a stake in the ground as the global leader in SUV electrification. And now, with the launch of our all-electric lineup, we're on our way to achieve our vision: zero emission freedom. Thank you. Merci pour votre attention.